I think he needs a fresh start. I think the Lakers need a fresh start. And I admire Russell Westbrook. They are taking his entire joy out of basketball, and it pisses me off.
Historically, I would make these videos right when the game ended, and I found that if I wait a little bit extra, then I'm able to bring you guys a more complete analysis, but at the same time, it takes a little bit longer. Ideally, I get this out to you guys at like 10 a.m. Pacific time, but I was up late last night doing my research on this topic. So before we get to the content, make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. If you want shorter versions of this content, we have a TikTok and an Instagram account at TheFlightMike, where we upload shorts to. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? I pride myself in being a very realistic Laker fan, and coming into this season, I knew the hand we were dealt. I knew the situation that we were in. As a matter of fact, I gave Rob Pelinka some leeway because LeBron James pushed him to trade for Russell Westbrook last year. Clearly, that was not the right decision because now you have a significant portion of your salary cap dedicated to three individuals that clearly don't play well with one another, and that makes it very difficult to go after players that could actually help your team, quality players that could help you build a team. Now, nothing against Lonnie Walker and Matt Ryan. No, not that Matt Ryan, but clearly the Lakers weren't able to invest in quality bench players and, for the most part, quality role players. I mean, they tried to bring Russell Westbrook off of the bench during preseason, but now they can't, because if you bring Russell Westbrook off of the bench, you might risk injury to his hamstring. No, literally, that's what he said. Look.
Do you think having to change your routine and stuff like that could have played any role in feeling something a little different?
Absolutely. I didn't even know what to do pregame. Being honest, I was trying to figure out and try to stay warm and loose. And for me, like, obviously the way I play the game, fast-paced, quick, stop and go. And I just happened to when I stepped in, I felt something, thought it was, didn't know what it was, but wasn't going to risk it in the preseason game. But definitely wasn't something I was used to, wasn't warm enough, and that's something that just I wasn't accustomed to.
This past offseason, the Los Angeles Lakers opted to extend Rob Pelinka until the 2026 season, and with respect to Rob Pelinka, the only thing that he's really achieved throughout his tenure is, one, the Pelicans didn't initially accept the Lakers' Godfather offer during the 2019 NBA trade deadline, and he had to give up less assets in order to pull off that trade. And two, being the late great Kobe Bryant's agent, he's an individual that all Laker fans revere and adore. I mean, I watched that Redeem Team documentary like 3 times already just to hear his voice again. Rest in peace, Kobe, I miss you. That aside, with all due respect to Rob Pelinka, he really could have cemented himself as a great general manager if he told LeBron James, no, we're not going to trade for Russell Westbrook. That does not make sense in basketball terms. It's not going to work out with you and Anthony Davis, and it's going to waste 2 years of your career. And if he had done that, then I would understand extending him until the 2026 season, but he was essentially a gigantic yes man for Clutch Sports and LeBron James, and I guess since he was able to extend LeBron James as a result of that, they decided to keep him. So coming into this season, man, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting a better season. I wasn't expecting us to make it to the play-in even. I really felt like we were just doing the same exact thing all over again, but we were scapegoating Frank Vogel, and for the most part, I think I was right. It doesn't take a genius to build a team around LeBron James. It really hasn't changed over the past decade. Hell, you get LeBron James, you surround him with a bunch of 3-and-D players, ideally you get him an all-star co-star so he could alleviate some of the pressure off of him, and that's about it. And I think the team that the Lakers constructed this year is literally the definition of insanity. Because you look at the starting five that the Lakers trotted out last night, and you got Anthony Davis, Davis, who shot an abysmal 19% from 3 last year, Russell Westbrook, who shot 30% from 3 last year, Lonnie Walker, who shot 31% from 3 last year, and Patrick Beverley, who shot 34% from 3 last year, with LeBron James. And ultimately, man, the result that we got was the result we were all expecting, but it seems like LeBron was a little shocked about it. This is what he had to say about the Lakers' performance last night.
I think we're getting great looks. I think, but it also could be teams giving us great looks. And if you be completely honest, we're not a team that's constructed of great shooting. And that's just the truth of the matter is. It's not like, we're sitting here with a lot of lasers on our team. So, but that doesn't deter us from still trying to get great shots. And when we get those opportunities, you take them. But we're not sitting here with a bunch of 40-plus career three-point shooting guys.
Sometimes I'm really confused about LeBron James's logic and reasoning whenever it comes to roster construction. And this has nothing to do with the fact that he is without a doubt a top 2 greatest player of all time, no matter where you stand on the debate. But dude, during the offseason, you saw your team going after these players. You saw your team making these decisions. You saw the fact that there was no shooting on this team at all whatsoever. Did you expect to get on the court and out of nowhere people are able to magically start hitting threes? I mean, these players are who they are. What did you expect the result to be? I personally didn't expect anything less than the Lakers to get demolished by the Warriors. And to be honest, a part of it was a little embarrassing because one, we're on national television, and 2, you have LeBron James doing stuff like this with Draymond Green. It just kind of, I guess this is the new way that basketball is being played. People are buddy-buddy with one another, and I respect that. But like in the middle of a game while you're getting blown out, it just, I don't know. Especially with all the Draymond and LeBron James memes, kind of makes me feel some type of way. The reality is the Lakers made 25% of their threes. They attempted 40 threes. They made 10 of them. Over 7 games with preseason, the Lakers team average is 28% from 3. Their one win was on the night that they shot 44%. Now, the worst three-point shooting team last year was the OKC Thunder, who shot 32%. And if every Lakers player shoots exactly how they did last season, the Lakers' three-point percentage will be 33%. So what I'm trying to say is, barring some major trade, there's not going to be much of a difference this upcoming season for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they prove me wrong. I am a Laker fan. But at the end of the day, it's not my job to sit here and throw delusional bias analysis your way, because you could get that at your school lunch table or at your water cooler during work. My job is to tell you like it is, and this is what it is right now. This is the state of the Los Angeles Lakers. They had a choice. They could either trade Russell Westbrook and their 2027 and 2029 first-round picks to try to get players like Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Bojan Bogdanovic, and other players that would make sense on their team, but handicap them in the short term, or try to ride it out with Russell Westbrook this upcoming season, and hopefully things won't be as bad as they were last year. But the thing is, the things that they were scapegoating last season and throughout the offseason weren't the main culprit of the problem. The main issue is you're allocating $47 million to a player that clearly doesn't fit in with the rest of the team. Now, to Russell Westbrook's credit, he did have a good game last night. Don't get me wrong, there were moments like this that kind of made me cringe a little bit, but for the most part, he shot 58% from the field, scored 19 points. Hell, he even made 1 out of 3 of his 3-pointers. But the problem with Russell Westbrook, and this isn't just me taking the lazy approach of automatically blaming Russell Westbrook for all the Lakers' failures, because I think the issues extend further than just his points per game average. I think the issues have more to do with the fact that whenever Russell Westbrook gets an opportunity for a 3-pointer and he's covered by an opposing defender, you literally see the defender backing off on him into the paint. This ruins spacing. And then you take that situation and you factor in Lonnie Walker, who isn't a great 3-point shooter, Patrick Beverley, who's an okay 3-point shooter, Anthony Davis, who, to be honest, is one of the biggest mysteries of the Los Angeles Lakers this upcoming season, and there's no way, shape, or form that this team will even make it into the play-in. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope Dennis Schroeder comes back and they are able to throw out a lineup of maybe Dennis Schroeder, Kendrick Nunn, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, And I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I hope that there's a way that they could figure it out, but right now, as you could see for yourself, there is not one way, shape, or form that I think this team is built for contention, let alone a way to get into the play-in. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about the game last night? Maybe you're a little bit more optimistic than I am. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.